Well, hello again. I've been sitting here. I'm doing other things a little while ago, and then I got to thinking about this story I was telling about considering eternity. Now, they got all kinds of things going on back there in that government, and they got all kinds of things going in these states and that. And what bothers me is the fact that it seems like there are so few people that believe in a God. Oh, there's all kinds of people say they do. Then there's all kinds of people say they're atheists. There ain't no God. Don't believe in no God. There's no God. Well, as far as I know, and I have watched and studied and paid attention, just watching people and characters, and reading. There is a chief God. He's the one, if you get in Christians, the Christian writings and that, he's God the Father. And then there's his Son, Jesus Christ, that's supposed to be his actual, that he's the sire of, born here on the earth to a mortal woman. See, and God was an eternal being, so there you go. Now this Allah that the Muslims talk about, and Islam, which is the religion of peace. Well, I kind of think it is, because they say it goes back because the Jews had corrupted the true religion of Abraham, that the Quran was given to Muhammad the prophet to give him the idea of the true religion of Abraham. And if you go and you look at what that Abraham feller did, he was a good man. That's the period of time when there was the Sodom and Gomorrah. God destroyed that couple of cities. He didn't have Abraham do it. He did it himself. So they must have really been bad. But before that happened, see, Abraham went and got his nephew Lot and his people that lived in Sodom and Gomorrah to come out. Come on, don't live there anymore, go with me. Well, after a while, that Lot feller and his people, they must have been partiers. They must have been out there brewing up some kind of mead or whatever. I know they say that Genghis Khan that come along in about the 6th, 7th century, them guys from over there up north of China that ruled so much of the earth, they used to ferment mare's milk and drink that, so they must have been some partiers. But anyway, I have to get off that. Go back to this. So old Abraham got Lot, and he says, pick whichever direction you and your people want to go, and take them that way. There's too many of us. So Lot, of course, he picked the best way. He went where he knew it was good forage for the animals and everything, good water. So Abraham took his people and went the other way. Okay, that was to keep peace. There's all kinds of things in history, if we was to look, as to how we're supposed to live in peace with each other. All this war and trouble and killing and all this kind of, it's not supposed to be. See, in the 10 Commandments we got, it says thou shalt not kill. Well, we're not supposed to kill anything unnecessarily. We can kill animals a certain way to have meat, to get protein and stuff to eat. We can, if people attack our society or our neighborhood or our town, we can fight and kill to protect ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. But now to kill somebody for no reason, or to kill an innocent person just because you want to, like people kill a kid, 2 or 3 years old. That kid never did anything wrong to anybody. That's innocent blood. That's murder. And Christianity even says they're supposed to be executed. Get them out of the system so we don't have to worry about them hurting anybody else. That's where this eternity comes in. Because then their spirit will be on the other side of the veil in the spirit world. And there, God can take care. He can teach them, He can punish them, He can do whatever needs to be done. But it straightens things out. You see that veil right over there? Anybody ever, they big argument over abortion. Well, if everybody says, oh, that baby, as soon as it's whatever it is, when the egg goes boop and makes 2 and then 3 and 4 cells, well, they say, oh, that's the baby. Well, and there's other people. Like that thing in the Sistine Chapel, the body's all made and everything, the spirit goes into the body and inhabits it, becomes a soul. Well, I go along with that second one. Because if you ever watch newborn, they are fascinating. They've been all scrunched up in there inside mommy's tummy and everything. Or a calf or anything like that. All these things that are born the same way. Now you get there, you look, that baby comes out and it's been all scrunched up in there. And he gets out, and the first thing it's doing is herky-jerky. Oh, well, if you sat and watched a woman put on a pair of pantyhose, or you watch her, she's endowed a little extra, and she puts on what used to be called a girdle, or that. They sit there and they pull and they twist and they push and they punch and they're trying to fit that thing in there, Get that extra part of that woman inside of them pantyhose or inside of that girdle or whatever. Sometimes some of these little tiny bitty swimming suits like them women wear that are in the Olympics or that swim for colleges and stuff, that boy, they sort of look like paint after they get them on. That's where I get the idea that spirit, when that baby comes out of that lady's tummy and it goes, takes that first breath and I got the idea that's when the spirit is hooked up with the body, because then the body's doing all this herky-jerky stuff. Ooh, wow, oh, ah, ooh, ee. Because that full-size spirit, man or woman, just got squinched down, pushed into that tiny baby, maybe 16, 17, 18 inches long, and he's sitting there trying to figure out, what the hell am I going to do with this? Think about it. You might think I'm crazy, but just consider that. Now, would a loving God stuff a spirit, a full-grown spirit, into something that starts out like a little tiny dot and just keeps growing till it gets to be 6 pounds or so? I don't think so. He's going to wait till that baby's big enough, he's going to check it, and if it don't meet muster, if there's something too wrong, or there's not a reason for it to have something that's wrong with it or that, for the particular individual, or the individual's parents or whatever, because there's a lot of tests that we go on through mortal life. Sometimes that's a stillborn. Something wrong. That spirit deserves better than that. You see, that's the same thing with miscarriages and that. Oh, they're so painful for the lady, and they're so painful for the family and stuff. But there are reasons for it, for miscarriages and stillbirths. We don't understand. But it's because it's an eternal project. If the spirit waits for another body and gets a good body, or gets the right parent or whatever, I don't know how they catch it, then that's the way it's supposed to be. I'll come back and talk about this later, but just think about it. All of these good things, a loving God, and if you ever pay attention, it's man that causes the trouble for himself and for his family, his friends, his neighbors, and other men. Think about it. Have a good day, and may God bless you.